confidence, Arashi, of picking Leslie at match point?
I mean, it might be something they're even keeping as a hidden ace up their sleeve. Now we're going to see it. We have to see if RRQ are taking it back, or will they crush Onic and equalize?
Possibly the last game in the series. Ladies and gentlemen, Onic Esports versus RRQ Hoshi. Into the land of dawn we go. Kyrie on the Bauman this time once again. Last time he played the Bauman was in game 2. And on Esports, that was the game that they lost. RRQ trying to replicate that success.
Right now, RRQ, they have more advantage in the early game, I feel, with the burst damage, with the pickup potential, but they are lacking a bit in terms of crowd control. The only real one being the circling eagle. So if Albert wants to do a lot of damage, first he needs to get close, and we already seen in the past 2 games how Onic is able to manage distance. So that is a difficult task for RRQ to try and achieve.
It's kind of tough, right? Because now CW is gonna have... He seems like he's not being able to clear. He seems like he's being zoned away by Claude, by Skylar here. Miracle.
Yeah, early on, CW is just gonna have to farm, right? Again, for Claude, it's basically the same thing. Both of them can poke each other with their first ability, and it's gonna be a stalemate up top. They're just both looking for a power spike, but down below, this is where the Esmeralda really shines. Up against Uranus, not really a good matchup for that Uranus. R7 has the passive though, can just regen back up, but he'll choose to back off. It's a bit too much kill pressure over towards that bottom side.
He also doesn't see any of the members of Onic Esports, so very wisely, he is aware of the possibility of a trap, of a dive. He backs away, and he'll be back in time for this turtle fight. We'll have to see if RRQ go for it, and if Onic will engage them for the battle of early game supremacy.
Onic Esports now with a 500 gold lead. It's not too strong at the moment, as now both teams are going to be centering around the objective take on this first turtle. Bauman is going to have a better chance with the double retrieve because of the ultimate that the lethal counter can have, but let's see what Albert can do with it.
Albert has the Abyssal Strike as well. He goes in, steals the turtle away, but will fall to the hands of Kyrie for the airstrike popped in boots. Dealing the damage onto Clay. First blood for the turtle. Onic Esports traded. And honestly, I think it might be worth for Onic Esports.
It might just be. They are the ones who are playing...
Whoa!
Hey, hang on.
Arashi Hoshi, you're alone!
Hang on.
The only RRQ fan in the English desk. Sound prediction by Axe. Why? How?
I have given predictions for Onic Esports as well, but I do think in the early game they have more chances to make plays happen, and now without the Mathilda, as Eterna mentioned, one of the main problems for them, I feel like they do have a chance, and the composition has possibilities to make it work, so it's not a completely biased prediction. Full disclaimer here, okay?
Absolutely, obviously, right? And for me, Onic Esports, I think... Oh, wait a minute, they're gonna go for this. Keyboy has a part of nature. That's gonna be the feather airstrike as well. Keyboy sniped down by that feather airstrike. A good engage, but Vin's gonna be taken low. Oh my god, what?
Oh my god!
He gets out, Sans wasn't able to finish him off there. He had the sprint, but he did not use it. Onic Esports have built a 1,000 gold lead, but again, it's still anyone's game right now. I do feel, though, that the Farce is going to have a tough time with the feather airstrike. Clay's going to have to pull off a miracle here.
Not to mention, Albert has the Dialogue, but who is going to combo with the physical damage? Because he's one of the only sources of physical damage, along with Skylar. That is a big question as well. But so far, their plan of being aggressive, of having a lot of burst damage and pick-off potential with the Farsa is finally coming online. If you take a look at the emblems here, 2 Avarice emblems for the side of RRQ. They want to scale in the side lanes, and in the mid side, Dawat, Farsa, and Mathilda. That is a deadly early game combo. So it's the same game plan with better tools for the job.
15 seconds left on the clock for the next turtle to spawn. 5 seconds now, rather, and it's unfortunate right now because RRQ Hoshi, Albert, he is going to have a better time in terms of that guiding wind, right? The guiding wind is going to be able to allow him to disengage if he goes in too aggressively. But in the top side here, CW is going to get so bullied, as now both teams are going to set up for this next turtle.
Okay, Kyrie going to be the target for RRQ. Albert jumping in as well. Kyrie still able to maneuver out of there. That's going to be the wild charge connecting onto the side of Finn. Albert finds the turtle. Onic now forced to disengage. R7 chasing Kyrie down. Very low, taken out by Finn. It's 2 for 0 for RRQ currently, as they are looking to invade as well. RQ coming back in this game. Like we said, it's still anyone's game in the early phase.
They're gonna get the gold lead back as well. Onic Esports initially was leading, but now it's starting to look and turn to RRQ Hoshi here, as now we're gonna take a look at the items in the 5th minute.
Even how the short completed for Claude, for Skylar in that lane, he will have a lot more damage, but so far, I think Lilia does so much more, so they have to be careful of stuns here. CW takes a bit of damage here, and if you take a look at his items, for the most part, no defensive options just yet.
Oh, Vin, as the guy win gets out there, Albert jumps in onto Sans, looking for that missile try onto CW! But it's gonna be Albert who falls. It's a 1-for-1. Gold laner for jungler. I think it still might be worth to RRQ. They want to shut this Leslie down early on, and with that kill, that definitely gives Claude a little bit more room to play with, to scale into that late stage.
Very aggressive plays coming in, and that's what they can do, right? Go aggressively and then back out with the guiding win. The shoe's on the other foot now. Onic Esports needs to find a way to catch RRQ Hoshi, as Keyboy is just an absolute nuisance. Yo, leave the man alone.
He's so annoying, and I'm really just sweating, waiting for the moment where Keyboy finds an opportunity to get that ultimate through on the important members. We saw him do it yesterday. He might be able to find that opportunity today. As once again, very huge pressure from Keyboy opening up the map, giving information as well. 18 seconds left on the next turtle to spawn. And right now, Keyboy actually might get punished here.
Oh, one more hit! Vin takes it. Wow, the calculation on that fadeaway. That's perfect timing as well. CW 1v1 against Skylar. Goes in for the down. Skylar! Oh! For the goal lead. Flies up to the top side to pick up that kill. Wow, that 1v1 was intense, but you know, it's never a 1v1. Boots though, gonna be bursted down. Albert misplaced it, but some strike. Boots was able to get out of that one. Now, Kyrie looking for steal, but it's giving Turtle reset it here by RRQ. They're looking for Onic right now. Wow! All the way for the Philippines, picks up a double kill. My goodness. Onic Esports finding 2 for 1 there.
Clump up and you'll pay the price. RRQ Hoshi needs to pay attention to their spacing, man. Onic Esports is the whole different situation. They are the ones who require a combo engage, and RRQ Hoshi gave them a very easy possibility right there. They have to spread around so that they can make full use of the Matilda, of the mobility, and avoid any kind of combo. Onic Esports has been able to do it once right now. RRQ Hoshi, they have to make sure it does not happen again.
Oh man, CW just got the Berserker Fury, so that crit is gonna start to hurt. And now RRQ Hoshi, they need to be careful. They need to be able to find CW in that backline, even though he has been taken down twice. But once again, both teams are gonna re-engage onto this turtle.
Circling Eagle onto Kyrie, zoning him out. It's gonna be the wild charge coming in. Kyrie gets the lethal counter. Albert gonna be taken down as well. R7 looking for the play, zoning the other members away. That's Keyboy taken down. Boost with the volley stun went onto Skylar as he's gonna get dished down. R7 picks up a double, looking for another. RRQ wins the fight. Onic Esports takes the objective.
So basically a 2-for-2 trade here, but RRQ Hoshi, they're gonna hold the gold lead a little bit longer, as Clay has already taken and obtained that lightning truncheon, so that damage is going to start to hurt. The scaling potential already starting to get felt here in the 8th minute, as once again Kyrie trying to look for a play in this top side, helping CW to farm back up to the gold that he needs.
Keyboy here is gaining some information, hovering around for a possible play to happen. RRQ Hoshi now, R7 alone, but it seems that Onic will back away and take this turret for free. They require some map control. They lost one tower in the bottom and they get compensation in the top side, but the bottom side jungle though, RRQ Hoshi making a play of their own.
There's a counter by Kyrie, but it's gonna be melted down by Skylar. Albert comes in as well. Kyrie, 1 HP gonna be taken down. Boots running away. Blazing Duet baited out. Boots coming back in for the re-engage. Onic not choosing to commit onto this one. R7 still just being such a nuisance, is able to distract the other members here.
It's really difficult for the tanky members of Onic Esports to have an effect here in the game, because wherever they go, if Albert is in the vicinity, whatever HP that they were relying on for the confidence to be able to do these aggressive plays gets immediately hindered. So it's very hard for Onic Esports to grab anything on the map.
Speaking of grabbing, you can grab your own food with the promo code grb.to/MPL or scan the QR code, because this game might go in the favor of RRQ Hoshi, and that would mean that it's still a long way from finding the victory of MPL Season 10 Grand Finals. Right now, RRQ pressuring, and look at R7 on the Uranus, man. A lot more pressure compared to earlier on that Khalid.
Like, who's gonna have enough damage to burn this Uranus down?
Sans, but again, yeah, you're right. It's not consistent damage because it's mostly skill shots. And R7, he's very sustainable now. RRQ using this actually to go for that Lord. 975 gold lead building to 1K now. Onic Esports looking for that opening. Kyrie can definitely go for that steal. R7 now zoning the other members away once again. Pops the consecration. He's just doing so much for RRQ right now. The captain of RRQ. Real-time win probability as well here, presented to you by Samsung Galaxy A series, Arashi.
NOD for Sans right here, respecting the possibility for R7 to just be an unkillable pillar in the front line. Lord is getting very low, but Sans makes the aggressive play happen. Watch for Albert.
Albert looking for the secure. Kyrie gonna be taken down before Albert even picks it off. That's the kill over. Skylar taking out 1 HP boots. Now, Chase jumps in. Skylar with the BMI still getting out 2 for 1 over to RRQ. Making it 3 for 1 with the Lord. Onic Esports in disarray.
Falling far, far behind now as RRQ Hoshi have picked up a 2,000 gold lead. They are going to try to look for something in the mid side. They do get a turret, but at the end, what is it going to cost them? They're so far behind at this point.
They have been getting kills, but it's always been Albert. And for the most part, I think Albert is very content giving his life over if it means everyone else has space to farm, has pressure, has gold leads. Right now, if you take a look at Skylar, he has the Malefic Roar on top of the core combo of Claude, so it's a lot of damage. And even Clay already with the Lightning Truncheon at 11 minutes. That's a lot of burst damage. And RRQ Hoshi are going to take full advantage of that. They are pressuring all over the map.
Bottom side, look at RRQ, right? Again, R7 is just such a nuisance that Onic Esports needs to funnel in a few members towards R7 to actually threaten him out. And with that, RRQ are able to take the tier 2 down below for free. They're looking for the mid lane now. Keyboy is going to be melted down to half HP. Lord as well on the top side, going to be managed by RRQ. It's taken low though. Onic Esports have done a good job clearing it out. CW actually walks out of the feather airstrike. Keyboy cancels it out. This might be a play for Onic Esports to actually look for a comeback, but I don't think RRQ are gonna fall for that bait. They took every single tier 2. They don't need to look for anything else here. They can definitely go for some poke, but that's about it. I don't think RRQ are gonna commit.
Yeah, Keyboy doesn't have Flicker yet. Oh, but he does have it now, so they might be looking for a play here. Doesn't find it just yet. Look at the way that RRQ Hoshi are actually rotating, right? They're not allowing Clay, nor Albert, nor the gold laners to go anywhere, and they're using their ability to have that high ground to just really burst down the members of Onic Esports and zone them away and prevent them from looking for a play on the board.
Keyboy has built the Athena shield, so now if RRQ wants to go for a combined damage burst play with Albert and Clay, he will be a lot more survivable. But RRQ Hoshi with the map pressure, with the control in the game right now, it's going to be very difficult for Onic Esports, but if you look at CW, he is able to do a lot of damage onto R7. In fact, he is the second highest damage dealt in the game right now, so they have to be a bit careful because eventually he'll be able to actually melt through the HP bar of R7 on that Uranus.
We'll see. Right now, they are going to contest this blue buff away from Onic Esports. Keyboy already looking for an engage here or even a flank, and they do have the tools to get this, but Kyrie still manages to get that buff away. RRQ Hoshi fails to steal it away.
Late game. How is this looking, Arashi? If we get to that late stage of the game, or just, no, we don't need to talk about that. Let's talk about the next few seconds here. Does RRQ still win in these team fights? How does Onic win?
Onic wins by initially surviving the pickoff and then out-sustaining the damage from RRQ Hoshi. Yes, it's easier said than done, but unlike RRQ Hoshi, they don't require combos to win the fights. Blazing duets and the like are not available for Onic Esports, so pure damage, pure basic attack damage from CW and spammable spells from Sans will mean that the longer the fight goes, the more damage is coming in, but Vin goes in.
Oh, Vin's trying to zone them away right now. The Lord's taking low, but that's going to be Vin losing immortality. Blazing him into the back line right now. Skylar is going to be dealing so much damage. Sans picks up a kill onto Vin. R7's immortality falls. R7 able to back off. Still having that passive healing up. CW goes in. One more shot over to Skylar. Clay blocks it out. Oh my goodness! Skylar gets that 1 HP. Albert jumps in. Vin with the damage now onto Boots. R7 also still regenning. Onic, Sans popping that black shoes, getting the sustainability back up to almost full HP. But the feather airstrike comes in, cancelled out by the barrier. Boots up to the falling side move, is going to be taken down by RRQ. It's a 4v3. Oh my god! CW falls. Albert looking for the damage once again. Kyrie finds the turtle, finds the Lord. My bad. Albert still going to be able to find the kill though. It's a 3-4-1 in the end. Kyrie saves the game with the Lord, but is it enough?
At what cost, right? This was the same thing that we saw from RRQ Hoshi yesterday, and it ended up in their demise. So now they're going for that straight push. But the airstrike already opened up here. Sans, Keyboy, the only ones left to defend.
Sans still able to clear the wave. Skylar on the base still. R7 tanking it up. Mini wave spawning for Onic Esports. RRQ looking for that top side. Takes it down. Lord spawning in will mean that RRQ cannot end. Kyrie has literally saved Onic Esports, and they're looking for the re-engage here. Conceal pop in. Falling Star Moon charged by Boots. Looking for R7 here, but the feather airstrike will zone them away. Keyboy needs to be careful. Pops in a wild charge. Will get melted down. R7 jumps in. Skylar with the blazing duet. Will not be able to find anyone. R7 and Vin in the midst of it all. Sans dealing damage once again. Vin gonna be taken out by Kyrie. 1-for-0 on Esports. Still on the board. Holy moly.
Man, Kyrie doing so much for his team right now, and that engage was super worth it for Onic as they were able to get one member off the board. Remember, the bottom lane was pushing as well in favor for Onic Esports, and they were able to get a tower out of it. So RRQ Hoshi, because of the lack in wave discipline, they're gonna lose more than they bargained for.
They're both scaled up in the late game right now. 3k advantage for RRQ. Look at that, those CW. You can chunk half HP, but without any follow-up. Skylar coming in 20 so long ago.
True damage, short damage, the slide from CW. The last lane's massive, and now the damage comes through once again. It's another kill over. R7 gets taken out. Onic Esports with a 2-for-0.
This isn't good. This isn't good. Two members, 30 seconds left on the board. Onic Esports trying to push all of these lanes. You can see the Leslie going to the top side looking for some compensation in that tower. But right now, RRQ Hoshi, whatever lead that they have, it's been completely taken back by Onic Esports just on the back of Kyrie and CW.
That's the guiding win, bringing Clay to safety. Albert in the midst of it all, taking a whole lot of damage. Immortality bot now going to be able... No, he doesn't have to. Winner instruction. Clay going to be open. Surviving with a 2 damage there. Keyboy falls. 2 seconds on Skylar. CW taking a turret forward. The rest of the members to back off. They cannot end. Welcome to MPLID Grand Finals. Holy!
What an insane turn of events right here. And looking at the items, almost everyone's at 5 items, but mainly look at the damage dealers. Lilia with the Divine Gleave as well. R7 needs to be very, very careful. He has 2 magic resistance items, but now he's falling to the damage coming in from CW. CW, on the other hand, with the Blade of Despair. Skylar cannot walk up carelessly because that true damage, as we saw, that is one-shot potential coming in from the marksman, and in a way, that is how Onic Esports can counter that blazing duet. RRQ Hoshi needs to pay attention to the execution, man. They have the tools necessary, but do they have the patience, the macro, the strategy to deal with Onic Esports right now as the Lord spawns in minute number 18?
Man, honestly, I think Skylar would benefit from the WON at this point. He goes in for the blazing duet, but he receives so much damage from CW that he can't have any pressure on the board. He can't put that much damage because when he goes in, basically we assume that he gets taken out.
It's a difficult situation, but RRQ has the control. But already look at Boots trying to make sure that the wave control supports Onic Esports goals. And Kyrie with the Athena shield now, he will be a lot more durable in the front as CW scouts for information. That ultimate, in a way, is quite useful in this situation. But RRQ Hoshi, they're waiting for the opportunity, but Onic Esports, after catching up right now, RRQ needs to be very careful to ensure that they don't get picked off instead.
The goal lead's gone for RRQ. It's now Onic Esports who holds it, but like we mentioned before, in the late stage, the goal lead won't matter. Vin opened up the map already. RRQ have information on how low the Lord is, but I don't think they're going to be there in time. Albert though still coming in. Kyrie gets it. Albert knocked up. Albert with a winner truncheon, still able to buy some time. Skylar backs up with the BMI. CW the true damage takes Albert down. Clay with the guiding win, trying to run away. Rings by rings out of safety. Boots chasing him down. We will be melted by Skylar once again in the mid lane. Win will fall to CW. Calvin Renata on the Leslie.
Wow, 2,500 gold lead. 2 members taken down to the hands of Onic Esports, and it looks like RRQ Hoshi, they need to defend for the last time. They do have the benefit of still having Clay. They do have the high ground to defend. But with so much damage coming in from CW, they need to find a solution to go into the backline and take him out.
It's very difficult because Skylar is not pressured by CW on that Leslie. Look at that damage! 1,700 true damage on that Leslie. And now RRQ Hoshi, they are forced to back away from their turret. Onic Esports make the final play.
CW with a shutdown there. They're going for the base. Base star number 1 taken down in the mid lane. Top side as well. Bottom side as well. 3-minute waves pushed in. RRQ will have to pull off a miracle. But their airstrike coming in again as that's me boost jumping into the back lines. The missile strike connecting again as the blazing land comes in his own other members away. The Lord's coming in. Unstoppable. Big Thomas CW mastered once again. Finn goes in, but it's a double kill. Onic Esports with a maniac as they take their rightful place in the throne. They take down the defending Season 9 champions. Kyrie has done it with Onic Esports, with CW, Keyboy, Boots, Samo HD, Dreon. Every single member play a part in this victory. Sans, Onic have done it. It is all over for RRQ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion for our MPLID Season 10, and that is going to be Onic Esports. What are the past king of the galaxies to the king of the skies as they take to dethrone the kings of kings, the domination of the dynasty, the era of Onic Esports. Congratulations to Onic Esports.
The new Kages. Onic Esports have done it. 4-2-1.
That is crazy, man. What a performance against RRQ Hoshi. They fought against so much. RRQ, no pushover at all. They have adjustments. They had moments of their own, but overall, eventually, Onic Esports is inevitable. They are the new kings of the galaxy. And look at the audience right now. This is insane.
Their third MPL championship title, as they are going to be the ones to lead and represent Indonesia for M4. And this is just a beautiful turn of events, very poetic, as last season they were taken down by RRQ 4-1. And this season, MPLID Season 10, they are the ones to dominate RRQ Hoshi 4-1 as well. 2 months, nearly 3 months of all that blood, sweat, and tears. We are going to see and thank RRQ Hoshi though for what they've been able to show us this season.
Oh,
good game, well played, RRQ Hoshi and Onic Esports. Perjuangan mereka pada akhirnya sudah selesai di season 10 ini, tapi tentunya RRQ Hoshi mereka akan berjuang lagi di babak M4. Good game, well played. Kita bisa berikan tepuk tangan kepada kedua tim Onic Esports dan juga RRQ Hoshi semuanya. Wow. Dan melihat begitu gemuruhnya dari MPL, inilah dia sang juara kita Onic Esports
Bapak Taufikul Furkon selaku Product Marketing Manager Samsung Electronics Indonesia yang akan membagikan handphone Samsung Galaxy A Series 5G untuk seluruh tim dari Onic Esports.
Wow, dan inilah dia. Onic Esports akan mendapatkan handphone langsung.
Yes, Bude Clara. Handphone Samsung Galaxy A Series 5G.
Yes, dan langsung saja para pemain ini sudah berjuang sekuat tenaga, menghabiskan berjam-jam, dan bahkan kita melihat bahwa mereka berlatih tanpa henti begitu fokus, tentunya dengan dukungan dari para coach, dari semua pendukung dari Onic Esports.
Benar sekali Bude Clara, karena bukan hanya bertanding hari ini saja atau kemarin di babak playoff, tapi juga Onic Esports sudah melewati regular season selama 8 minggu.
Yeay, baru menang langsung dapat handphone baru.
Keren banget gak sih? Wow, dan dapatnya HP handphone Samsung Galaxy A Series juga.
Iya, dan langsung diberikan juga oleh Bapak Taufikul yang sudah hadir di MPL, dan Bapak dipersilakan untuk menunggu di sini di sebelah kami karena kami akan langsung mengundang juga perwakilan dari UBS Gold, Bapak Michael Yahya selaku Creative Director UBS Gold untuk memberikan medali dan cincin.
Wow, Bude Clara bukan cuma dapat HP, tapi ternyata mereka juga akan menerima medali dan cincin dari UBS Gold.
Yes, dan ini juga merupakan kebanggaan tersendiri bagi para player dan juga keluarga. Dan inilah cincin emas dari UBS Gold,
Memenangkan MPL Indonesia Season 10 dan menerima beragam hadiah ya. Hadiah-hadiah tentunya support dukungan keluarga dan Sonic, dan juga hadiah-hadiah berupa tadi handphone, sekarang juga ada emas.
betul. Dan cincinnya ini loh, banyak banget yang pengen, banyak banget yang melihat, semuanya berbondong-bondong berusaha sebaik mungkin supaya kalau juara bisa dapat cincin dari UBS Gold.
Wow, bling-bling sekali ya Bude. Seperti kita nih, perhiasan kita ada anting dan kalung nih UBS Gold juga. Bling-bling sekali. Mungkin bisa lihat nih ya teman-teman player pemenang Onic Esports yang udah pakai nih cincinnya, bisa dikasih lihat dong ke teman-teman di depan. Medalinya dan juga cincin emas dari UBS Gold. Bisa diperlihatkan ke teman-teman.
Iya, kayaknya harusnya yang ini ya. Ini loh cincin pemenang.
Ini dia bukan cincin sembarang cincin, tapi adalah cincin pemenang MPL Indonesia Season 10. Wow, bling-bling sekali, mendapatkan medali juga. Diperlihatkan ke penonton semua, diperlihatkan ke Sonic, semua pendukungnya. Wow,
It's a ring, Coach Sharp.
wow. Ini dia.
Semuanya tentu mendapatkan medali dan juga cincin keluarga Onic Esports. Boy, mana boy cincinnya boy?
Oh, itu dia. Wow, dari sini kelihatan bling-blingnya nih. Wow. Langsung dipakein langsung cincinnya sama langsung dari Pak Michael Yahya yang selaku Creative Director dari UBS Gold. Langsung disematkan ke jari pemenang MPL Indonesia Season 10. Dan selanjutnya Bude Clara, ini tentunya tidak lengkap kalau tidak diabadikan momen ini. Jadi ini diabadikan momen kali ini.
Tangannya diangkat dong yang pakai cincin. Kasih lihat cincinnya, berkaya.
Cincinnya,
Ayo semuanya dengan cincinnya dan oke.
cincin pemenang. Cincin bukan sembarang cincin. Cincin hasil kerja keras mereka ya Bude.
Betul